2 weeks away from the Manchester Marathon. What could possibly go wrong? I will tell you, tripping over on a dog walk. Yes, that's right. That was me. So I've been doing all the mileage. I did a 32-kilometer race a week ago, and my legs have been doing so great. I've been powering through it. It's been brilliant. And then I trip on a dog walk and I've torn my hamstring. So I'm here to tell you all about what I've done to help get me running again. My name is Dr. Hélène. I'm an emergency medicine doctor, and I'm also a vet certified animal aromatherapy specialist and dog behaviourist. And I love to help with people with an integrative approach to their health and that of their pets. So if you like what you're listening to, please hit the follow or the subscribe button and let me know in the comments what sort of things you want me to cover so I know what content to create for you. So yeah, couldn't believe it. Literally on a walk, I pulled over to let someone walk by. As I went to go ahead, my little spaniel pulled, but I think my foot actually tripped up over something and I felt this sharp pain at the top of my right leg. I literally felt sick with the pain. I couldn't move. I was like, oh my goodness. I knew immediately that I've torn either the top of my hamstring or my gluteus maximus. And I think actually it is the hamstring because I've had that before. Excruciating pain. Had to stand for a couple of minutes and then managed to sort of limp because it was literally the start of the walk. So I've got 2 dogs that are very excited for their walks. We ended up having a nice walk, but I was limping. Got home, had to take the other dogs out for a walk as well, and then was like, right, now what can I do? So I am very fortunate because I've got all these wonderful tools that I use to help. And I know if I had patients coming into the A&E department, I'd just be able to give them pain relief. But with me, I've actually got a fighting chance that I'm going to be okay for the marathon. It's not easy. But what that I did was I used my red light therapy pad. Now, this is a new product. I've done a separate podcast on this, so I will link this in. But this has been an absolute godsend, and I've been using it on my thigh and sitting on there. First of all, for the first 3 days, I did it about twice a day, and then I'm just up to once a day. And then after that, I have been using essential oils. Now, this happened on Friday. Saturday, I couldn't walk at all. My dogs didn't get a walk, couldn't walk. Had an Epsom salt bath, lots of oils in there as well to try and ease things up. And I've been using essential oils after the red light therapy and applying them frequently throughout the day. And I'm using a variety of ones. So different oils have different benefits. So I've been really optimizing, obviously, pain relief as well. So oils such as wintergreen and lemongrass can be great for that way, and also peppermint. And then I've been also using oils that are very good for healing as well, such as helichrysum, which is a great one and one of my favorites. I also like Siberian fir for pain. And the big problem with me is I make these blends up that work an absolute treat. What's in them, but I did actually notice this down because I sent it in a little message to one of my friends, fortunately. But I also popped some marjoram in, which is another great one. It's an anti-inflammatory oil, so again, it's a great one to put on for the inflammation. And with the wintergreen, you shouldn't use it more than about 4 times a day. So I've been popping that on with copaiba as well, which works on the endocannabinoid system, like CBD oil, but it works on the CB2 receptors, but also very good for the musculoskeletal system as an anti-inflammatory. So I've been putting that on topically. And then my separate blend I've done in a roller bottle, and I've had lemongrass in there, marjoram, Siberian fir, lavender. I think I popped some frankincense in there. Did I say copaiba? I've popped copaiba in there as well. And I'm applying that more often. So typically on the first day, I was applying it every hour. So this is to get pain relief. It's also to promote healing. I've also been making sure I'm optimizing what I'm ingesting as well. So good old green smoothies, get those in. I've also been taking internally some polyphenol capsules, which have got boswellic acid in, as well as turmeric. I've taken a boswellic acid and frankincense oil capsule. I've also taken a capsule with copaiba and a cellular blend, which has oils in such as frankincense, litsea, and clove. All of those are antioxidant-rich oils, help dampen down inflammation. So antioxidants scoop up the free radicals that cause inflammation. So we do want inflammation to that area, because we want to promote healing. but we also want that, I want that to heal quicker. So what that's doing is the red light therapy is it's providing more energy to that area, and then the oils are getting able to get absorbed and taken in by the blood vessels, because obviously there's lots of blood flowing to that area, and to promote healing. So they're also providing pain relief as well. And on Sunday I could go for a walk, and today I've done 2 hours of walking on the beach, so it's all right. It's painful, but I'm walking, and I'm just umming and ahhing whether to try a run tomorrow. I've literally, we're on about, what day is it now? I think I've got 10 days to the marathon, and I'm gutted because I've worked so hard, and I'm not going to give up. I'm still going to be taking part, but I really wanted to give it my best shot, and I'm probably not going to be there. But let's face it, if you can sort of sort out a torn hamstring in 2 weeks, then, you know, that's pretty good going, isn't it? So what else have I said? I've said about the frankincense. Yoga. I've been doing stretches. Now, what I noticed in the first few days, and I still notice it today, is normally I can touch my toes. I'm very flexible. Can't do that. So I'm doing a little series of sun salutations. It's a normal 10-minute little session I do every day. And I have noticed that's the difference, is that actually I'm tight in that area. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to switch that up to twice a day to try and get that better. I'm using my red light therapy pad once a day now for about 45 minutes to 60 minutes on a setting that's optimized for deep tissue. Massaging in all those oils, and I'm really prioritizing what I'm ingesting now as well. So I have eaten a bit of Easter egg, but I'm about to go and make myself a green smoothie, which is, is going to be great because it's full of antioxidants, full of lots of healing little elements in there as well, because I'm going to add some things. I'll probably add some more copaiba to it as well and optimize everything. Drinking plenty of water, because you need to get the blood going. We need to get everything moving around, get the blood flowing to that area. Really good for the circulation. Now, obviously, I'm on taper anyway. Sorry, that's my dog Seren just having a scratch beneath my desk. So I'm on taper anyway. Which is probably, I don't know, is good. So it's probably not going to affect me too much, the fact that I've not run. It's just whether or not I can get through the run with the pain. I have got a pain. It's nowhere near the pain I had Friday, Saturday or Sunday. It's more of a gentle sort of niggle. But yeah, it is there. So I'm going all out. But this is what I love about having all these different tools, is that I've got options, whereas I wouldn't have them if I just relied on sort of modern day medicine. Now, with the oils, I'm diluting them all down with fractionated coconut oil. Now, when you dilute oils, it allows them to be closer to the skin and to get absorbed, because they're volatile organic compounds and they will just sort of evaporate off into the atmosphere. So actually diluting them and rubbing them into that area is going to be making sure that they're actually taken up by the tissues and going exactly where you need them. So always use the oils after red light therapy, so that your, the blood vessels the blood's all optimized to that area. It's going to help the oils get absorbed far quicker. If you're using wintergreen, don't use it more than 4 times a day, because it's methyl salicylate, which is like aspirin. And so you need to be mindful. Now, you do need to be mindful with some of these things. If you're on anything like perhaps ibuprofen, I would stay clear of anything with turmeric, because turmeric is an anticoagulant. Ibuprofen can cause obviously irritation in the stomach, and you don't want anything that causes irritation in the stomach along with something that actually can dampen down bleeding, can dampen down blood clotting. Okay, so just don't use anything with turmeric. But I don't take anything like that, so it's okay. All these oils are safe with things like paracetamol as well. So if you wanted to take those, which actually I'm not at the moment, but I reserve the right to paracetamol myself up on race day. As I said, I'm drinking plenty. I'm trying to optimize my healing with lots of fresh fruit and vegetables as well, really being mindful with it. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to start upping the yoga that I'm doing a couple of times a week. Now, I've got other things. I've got a foam roller, which I might do as well, and just see if that helps a little bit. If I had longer, I would be taking things slower. So there's a bit of a balance here, because I do want to go through the marathon. So I do want to do as much as I can to make things better. But I've been walking today, like I said, I've been doing at the beach. I made sure I went up lots of different sand dunes, so that's looking after me as well. I'm doing some upper body work to get my blood pumping. I know that aerobically I'm going to be ready for running that distance. I did an awful race just the Saturday before I tore my hamstring, which actually took me 4.5 hours to do 32 kilometers. It took me an hour longer than I thought because the weather was so bad. And I did have pain in my legs, which had actually gone the next day. When I got home, I had an Epsom salt bath with lots of oils in, put my red light therapy on, and the next day I was absolutely pain-free. So I know that I can run. The good thing about this is I know that I can run for 4.5 hours in horrendous weather with a painful leg. So touch wood, it's going to be okay. But these are just some great options to have when you are not in a good place and you have got an acute injury. So peppermint as well. One of the first things as well is to get ice on it because you want to prevent further injury. So getting that ice on, pumpkin. Peppermint is also very good for that because it's quite cooling. So it's going to help with preventing any further damage. Get the ice on, and then later on, a few hours later, get that red light on because it's going to start with the healing straight away. And like I said, I couldn't walk on Saturday. So this happened on Friday. Saturday, I couldn't walk. I'm still struggling to get my welly boot off. So if you just picture this, right? I've got my welly boot, can't get my right welly boot off. I have to go outside where my Land Rover is because my Land Rover, I've got an old Army Defender. It's got a really weird bumper. So I have to lift my leg up, get the little bit at the end of the boot, and that's the only way I can get my boot off at the moment. So I think when I can get my boot off in its normal way, I will know that actually my leg's a lot better and I'm ready to run. But like I said, this is the beauty of essential oils. I've got tools to help me. So if you would like to find out a bit more about how you can incorporate these into your life, then just drop me a message so that I can help you. I'm going to have links in the show notes below with how to contact me, and also a link to my blog about red light therapy, and also a link to my ebook, my free ebook, A Doctor's Guide to Getting Started Using Natural Solutions for You and Your Pets. But some of my favourite oils to use for things like this are wintergreen, helichrysum, lemongrass, Siberian fir, copaiba, basil and marjoram. They are absolutely fantastic, and I've had great success with them before. So fingers crossed, I'm going to have great success again. I am running in aid of Paws, which is a charity that helps animals out in war zones. So we have a shelter out in Iraq. So as you can imagine, the situation is very difficult out there. We care for about 700 dogs in the local area, as well as dogs in the clinic. We provide vet care, so people can bring animals in. They ring us up to say, we've just seen an injured dog or an injured cat. We do trap, neuter, vaccinate, release programs. We help people with donkeys. So we do an awful lot in the local area. So if you want to sponsor me as well, I would be very grateful, because it's going to such a great cause. So my sponsorship page is www.justgiving.com/page/Mazar, which is Mazar. I am running in memory of my 3 dogs that died last year. So Maz, Evie and Rowan. If you've got any questions, do let me know below. And don't forget to follow or subscribe. And got questions, just contact me, either comment below or you can drop me a little message. Stay safe, stay well. Bye.